Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Gina and today we're going to do an unboxing from Nana Tink. I hope everyone's having a really nice day. It's a little cooler here in Indiana, but it's still nice with the sunshine. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video. So I'm going to give it just a few minutes for some people to come in and then we'll get started. I went and had my nails done today, and I had a package before I left, and I decided to come on and share it with all of you. So we'll give it just a few minutes. You guys don't forget about hey Brian, welcome in. Thank you for coming. Do not forget about the challenge on the thumbnail for my new channel, and the deadline is Wednesday afternoon. So I've got some submissions already. They're really nice, and keep them coming because you never know who may win that $25 gift card to Amazon. But anyway, Brian, I hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you. Hope your mom is doing well. Hi, Laura. Welcome in, sweetheart. I've been outside, so my hair looks like a big puff ball because I went out there and did a short on a rose bush that I got from a friend of mine. It's called Seven Sisters. It's an old-fashioned rose, and it's really beautiful. So I decided to go out there and show everyone how pretty it is, because it is pretty. The next short or whatever I'm going to do, the mother bird on my porch had her babies, and if you sit out there real quiet and don't move much, I'll be able to catch her feeding her babies. Well, I'm so glad, Brian, and with her in the rehab, they'll help her a lot to build those muscles back, and that way she'll be in a place where there's no danger of falling, and they know what they're doing, and they'll build those muscles up and get her back on her feet, especially if she's been, kind of bedfast for a while. So, yes, that is the best thing for them. So, Laura, I've yet to watch your little bypass spoon bending video, but that's next. I try to give people watch hours because I know how important that is towards your channel. And, you give those because people watch me and, give me comments. So I should return the favor, right? It helps everybody. But I just got back not too long ago. I had my nails done in red. Imagine that. And my feet as well. Yes, it's so important to give people watch hours. For one thing, it helps them keep their subscribers, where YouTube sneaks in there and does this subtraction thing. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. My feet are done like that too. But I just had those done. They were long overdue, and these are my real nails. So, but I thought I better have the claws shortened, because when you can't fasten a necklace, that's where the problems come in, right? But Laura, I did get your red claws real. I did get your beautiful, she had the most beautiful pattern. It was called Tiger Lily, and it's just beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. She gets some of the most amazing spoons that I have ever seen. It's really exciting to see what she's going to get next, because you never know. She gets a lot of older things, and let me straighten my hair up. Looks like it got pitched up in the wind. Yes, I love it. It's just beautiful. It's just really, and I'm glad I did get it because the sales of that was going really fast, So, If she's got a specialty item and she says only have this many, you better jump in there with both feet because her sales are really well, especially for those unique spoons because she does really good work too. Hey Angie, welcome in, sweetheart. It's good to see ya. Excuse my hair, y'all. It looks like it's a real windy out there. And Tiger Lily is from 1901, which blows me away how old it is. I know it. I love older things. They just have so much character, so much beauty. They're not cookie cutted at all. Thank you. Minus my hair all over my head, but anyway. But I have gotten some things for some thumbnails for the challenge, and some of them are pretty good. So it's going to be a race to the finish, and I'll reveal who the winner is this coming Wednesday. So I'm kind of stink at thumbnails. Now, Brian has some real neat animal videos on his channel, and the music and the graphics he uses are really nice. Thank you. Thank you. You know how us females are. If there's one hair out of place, or at least me, that's how I am. But today we have this very large box. It's about yay big. And this one is from Nana Tink. And Brian's got the most beautiful nativity set coming. And buddy, I packed it good. I really did. I used pool noodles and everything. Yes, it's the most beautiful nativity. And I was very careful when I packed it because I always keep in mind how they handle things. And I wanted to make sure it got to you safely. It's beautiful. And that would be a good video, Brian, when you get around Christmas time to show that because it is gorgeous. It really is. I couldn't believe that I found something like that many pieces. There were 10 pieces in pristine condition. It just don't happen. So yes, Brian, I kind of put pool noodles and you name it, and kind of where I knew it may take the most brunt during shipping, I put those pool noodles in there because I don't want to see that. Nothing happened to that. That's really special. So I'll quit jacking my jaw and we'll cut into this box. Oh yes, it is just so beautiful. I wanted to keep it myself, but you have to catch and release, right? You can't keep it all. And I think you'll enjoy that. Hang on, y'all. Let me hook up here. It says my battery's running low. We better fix that. Seems like the charge on these things don't last any time. Come on now. I see you blinking there. There we go. Let me remove that. We noticed you have some unused printers. Would you like to remove them? No. And these darn pop-ups get on my last nerve. Yes. I know you will, Brian. I know that that's something that I'm glad you got it because it is really special. I had to plug in before I went out, if that makes any difference. Or any sense, rather. So we're going to slice this bad boy open and reveal the contents. Dang. She uses real good tape, y'all. I need to get something like that. I took no chances, Brian. I even taped that on the bottom several times, like this way and that way, so that I carried that bad boy in there, and it weighed about 16 pounds. I just put it on one arm, opened the door, and took it right in there. I'm stubborn like that. I'm pretty strong old gal. So now that we got it open, there's something that I'm really excited about in here. So let me sit this down. Ooh, excuse that noise. Look, I have packing peanuts. Those will come in handy, right? Hopefully live stream on him. He has got some of the most beautiful chickens. They're so colorful and they're really and they're roosters because the rooster has the comb on their head. So I did get some clothing as well, and I'll show it to you. As a matter of fact, a lot of you probably already know Nana's going to be on with Angie Resells here at 8 o'clock. And Lord have mercy, I hope that fits. I hope it stretches. Isn't that pretty? It's like a bodysuit, but I'm going to cut that off because I ain't wearing it. Oh my goodness. Hang on, you guys. Oh, there we go. Those darn pop-ups. But it is a really pretty. You're like, look at her. And it does stretch, thank goodness. But it's a little where it's got. You're like, where's she going in that? This would be good with a jacket with it underneath because I hope it fits, y'all. That's all I can say. But it's brand new. It has the tags on it. And it has, what else would you do in something else like this but that, right? Party. Let me move it out of the way. Party. But I just thought it was really nice, and it does stretch, and it is a top. And y'all thinking, where's she going to wear that to? And here's a little more subdued top. Isn't this pretty? It's got a little tie belt in the back. More coverage, might I add. But isn't it a beautiful print? That is just beautiful. It has a zipper in the back. You know, it's really hard to, to sell a lot of clothing unless you go to yard sales, because if you go to Goodwill and other places, they're just too high to make a profit on. That's fact. So that does look pretty nice, doesn't it? Me and my clothes. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to give up some of them sooner or later. So moving on. Here's our next item. Man, she got this wrapped really well. If it's what I think it is, I know why. This, when I saw this, I had to have it. Well, this too, but isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful frosted little, I guess you could put your light in there. Kind of frosted with really pretty flowers in it. Really neat. And it's got this on the side of it right there. I don't know. Here, let me put my hand behind it. I don't really know what that means. But she said it was really old. Here, let me fold this piece of paper so you can see this thing right here. I don't know what that stands for. She just said it was really old. It's got that real pretty, that would be pretty with sitting on a table with potpourri in it or something. Isn't that pretty? Kind of a frosted glass. Sit this way, I won't break it. And this I was really excited about. Let's get this other stuff. She had one of these, and you very rarely see these. And the price was right, so I had to have it. So here we go. Okay, this is the lid to the thing that I just showed you. I don't know how I missed that. And it's really delicate, and I believe it is old. Yeah, here we go. There's the lid that goes to it, kind of a frosted. Isn't that pretty? Very delicate, very dainty. But it is old, and it's YIKMC. That's some kind of mark, but isn't that beautiful? You don't want to put that where it can be knocked over because it would break into a million pieces, let me tell you. Let's see here. And as we know, Nana Tink sells a lot of health and beauty aids. This is sulfate-free shampoo remedy, red rose extract, and vinegar blend enhances shine and preserves color-treated hair. Everyone knows vinegar is good for getting style hairspray and all that gunk out of your hair. Very nice container. Then here's the thing that I was really excited about. I'm going to cut my finger here. This is small, but I'll tell you what it is once I get it out of here. I'm going to break this neither. So, hey, Asmenza, welcome in, sweetheart. We've been showing. Does anybody know what? Well, I know it's an ashtray. I don't use it, but anybody know what that is? Take a guess. If you were to guess, what would you say that was? It's good to see you out there. And I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome in. Can anyone guess what that is? What kind of glass that is? Like I said, it's not very big. This is uranium glass. And naturally, when I heard that word, I had to have it. I don't think it's ever touched. And there's that. Isn't that neat? Look how detailed that is along there. Yep, uranium glass. You know, sometimes we collect the oddest things, but I didn't have anything like this, and I thought, why not? It's really neat. I was at the had my nails done. I was talking with the guy was talking about electric cars, and he said that well, number one, you know, if you're going on a trip, you got to make sure that, you know, you're near a charging station. And, you know, I don't think they'll ever replace the gas engine because you can fill that up and there's gas stations everywhere. But my husband works for Ford Motor Company, and over in Louisville, they're building a battery plant for that. And the cells on those things it's not working. People do not want to, and they said if you get down too much on the gas, you're in trouble because you'll have to charge it even quicker. But I'm not against clean emissions, but we have to think about it. You know, some of these, he said his van gets like almost 40 miles to a gallon. And, you know, and when you fill your gas tank up, you know that it's done. But they may find out that their electric car situation, I wouldn't own one. You know, it's not, you would think that Fords would be smarter than that. We all want clean air, but what about these factories that have met all this stuff out of their stacks? What about that? So you'll never see me in an electric car. No way. So next up we have, I'm all for technology if it makes sense and it does good for people, but I don't think there's always gonna be gas powered vehicles. I don't care what they say. They might try to push it down our throats, but we do have a choice, and mine is a big, resounding no way. And there's that danger, and you can't park them in your garage because guess what? It'll cause a fire. So what? I mean, really? I mean, that don't make no sense. I mean, I'm all about progress, but my goodness, you don't want something caught on fire. Yes, I do too. And this is something that I really, really wanted because she's going up on the wall over there beside the other one. And, oh Lord, don't be sticking to that tape. I love these masks, and this one, they run high dollar, no joke, y'all. But look at her. Isn't she beautiful? And she goes over there with her. And this is from the American Pottery Company. And let me tell you something. They're expensive, but there you go. Isn't that beautiful? I just love, it's from Clay Art. Still got the tags on it. She's beautiful. And it says, this is one of over 50 collectible clay art masks from the About Face line, designed by Jenny McLean, handmade in San Francisco. Every clay art mask has a dramatic presence that brings out life to its surroundings. Express your own style through your growing collection of clay art masks. Isn't she beautiful? She's got all these feathers going on, and then she has her little, there's the back of her. And this is it's like a green velvet. Isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty. So she will join her over there because she is the same type of mask. And we're going to work this in. That's what they make those little command things for. You just stick it and stick your piece up. But that one's much larger. But there she is. Isn't she beautiful? Feather hanging down. Ribbon on the side. These are hard to come by too. So I guess I was really lucky to get a hold of two of them. Then you have that burgundy kind of feathers right in there. But she is pretty. Wouldn't that make a good thumbnail? But anyway, that's the extent of the box, and I wanted to come on here and show it to you since I did have it right downstairs. But that's something else. There's not a chip or crack on that thing, and that's unusual for that, not to have that. And it glows. Woo. Very nice. And then this is really old. Yeah, it's from, like I said, these are from that, they run really expensive. Clay art, and it's out of San Francisco, California. Probably if you do get one of them, because I believe these were made later. I don't see a date. Let me see what's on the back here. This one was from 1990. There's a phone number on there. I bet these are really hard to locate. You know what? And I just happened to get my hands on two of them one several months ago back there, and now her. So naturally, I'll work her in there too. So kind of goes with the theme. But yeah, they're going to build one of those battery plants over there in Kentucky. That's not the first time they had something go belly up, but they're a rich. Ford's has got a lot of money. Back when they had that buyout, Ford's never took it, and they remained. Of course, Fords do have nice vehicles, and those big trucks are like $60,000 a piece. I don't see how people afford them. And Ford's, they do have an A plan, and you only get a mere $1,000 off. I mean, it's better than nothing. But if you're buying a car that's real expensive or one of them big trucks, because see, my husband works at the one where they make the Escape, the car. They make some Lincoln Corsairs. Couldn't you imagine what a Lincoln Corsair would be? And then not too far from that plant on Chamberlain Lane is where they make their big trucks and stuff like that. But my husband, he didn't get home till about, I would say, it was 4 in the morning because they had to work. First shift was down, then they had to compensate for first shift. And, they like to get that product out. That's where you've heard of that product, Fordite, that material that evidently, if you get your hands on some, you might want to hang on to it. But back in the day, Fords didn't have the high-tech things like they have today. And there were paint splatters on the floor. So when they took that up, some really smart person marketed that and made a lot of money. Can you imagine how much he had with that Ford plant being so big and everything like that? And he made some money. So if you ever get it, it looks like, it's like the flooring out of there, and it's got paint splatters all over it. And if you ever get a piece of it, hang on to it, because it's going to be unheard of. Now Ford's they have some robots in there that, like, if something's heavy, they pick it up and they put it on, and then the employee does the rest of it. So I'm just hoping in the future that robots don't overtake everything, But, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make technology with robots and stuff. I mean, well, one thing about a robot, they could oil it a little bit and work it to death. But, yeah, that's what everything's coming to. Yeah, that's what my husband was talking about, Laura. Isn't that crazy? But after all this rain, my husband got out there and cut the grass, and I thought I would do a short on that real beautiful rose bush I have out there, and I had a little bitty start of that. I guess it's 2 years old, and it's really beautiful. It's something, when that thing is in full bloom, it's really beautiful. Then, of course, my robin out there on my porch, her babies are here. And I'm going to try to, if you go out there on the swing and you're really quiet. So if I do a video and I'm not speaking, you'll know why, because I don't want to spook her. But you see those little beaks coming up, and mom and dad making a lot of trips to feed their little babies. But I thought, well, because she's a small bird, but if you've ever seen robins, once they get big enough to leave the nest, they're so big and they have to leave because there's so many in there. That's the time I had a cat one time that he loved that time of the year, because he'd wait out there. I'd have to take him in the house, or he would get those little birds before they actually learned how to fly. Hey, Patty Paws, welcome in. We was just showing some goodies. Isn't this a beautiful mask? Isn't that beautiful? She goes with her back there. So that one's a lot larger, but she goes back there with her. But doesn't she have a beautiful face? So you can put it on and hide your face. But Patty Paws, I hope you're doing okay. And everything's Patty Paws is a really sweet lady. Really, really sweet. But we're just jibber jabbering. Well, we had some items. Here's a uranium ashtray that's in real good shape. You know how we are about our glowy glass. Never been used. Look at the detail in that. Isn't that pretty? And then this little beauty right here. Real delicate. I've seen lamps made out of this before. And this is something they don't use anymore because it's so breakable. And they just don't use that anymore. But I just thought I'd come on here and I wanted to, this is some, I'll just show this jewelry while I'm on here. This is something that I picked up not too long ago. It kind of reminds me of Lee Sands, but I don't think it is because Lee Sands' specialty is mostly with animals. But look at that mother of pearl on there. And then you've got this, I don't think these are glass. I'm not for sure they're not stone either, but here's the back of it. But a lot of times Lee Sands uses this same kind of medium, except he does animals mostly. But I thought that was pretty with the mother of pearl, the double strand. And here's your little fancy doodad here. You just never know what I'm going to find. See what else is in here. I usually go in and what I do, that's dyed. This is stone as well, and it's cold as it can be, and it's a drawstring. I would say this is probably some kind of agate, I would say. But I go in there, and the first thing I do is grab along there like that, or if I see something that looks like stone, then I'll pick it up. Ouch. Those staples bite. But it is that drawstring type where you can adjust it to whatever you want to. But yeah, those are stone. I like to grab those fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry. This I found, and I thought it was rather unique, and so I went ahead and picked it up. And check this one out. This is stone as well. That is stone as well. But look at the colors in that. Isn't that amazing? Very nice. This one, I'm not really for sure what this is. Maybe you guys can help me out with it. But I picked it up because it was so, ouch, pretty. We got some biting staples up in here. We'll take this off. And I spotted it. Look at that. And here's the back of it. Could be. Yeah, you're right, Laura. And here's the back of that. And here you've got the coordinating beads that would match the colors that are in there. But I thought that was beautiful. Move it over and up. You never know what you're going to find, but if I see something that really stands out to me, this has got that double lobster thing going on there, but I thought that was really pretty. You just never know what you may come upon. I'll kind of go in there looking for whatever I can everybody else is they're looking and I'm touching to see if anything's cold. But these stones are really nice. It's got that pink in it. Beautiful. But like I say, if I'm out near that consignment shop, I just go in there. The other one's a little bit further than this one. And this, I know this is dyed howlite. And it is not turquoise, but it's a pretty color. It's a stretchy. That could be for either male or female. It's a good reproduction, but it's not the real deal. But yeah, that's dyed. You can tell. That one. Let's see what else I've got up here that I haven't. Sometimes I just bring things up here and set them down. And now this one, I think this one may be stone as well. These bracelets are high dollar when you go to buy them. This particular one has a tag on it. It says CH, whatever that. I think that's the designer that designs these. CH. And these, you'd be surprised what these things cost. That is nice. It's in great shape, too. Wonderful shape. We'll move it in so you can see. But I did a video of, here's another one's got stone in it. As a matter of fact, this is odd. Look at that. And then look at this. Kind of matches, huh? Because it's got that same pink in there. So that, of course, this one's larger, but still that would match. Got the same stone. Rhodonite Unakite. Yeah, I bet that's what that is. But it goes along with the same theme. I like things that match. I'm really notorious for liking things that match. See, because a lot of times these places get such a large influx of items and they have to be gone through. And this place had stuff stacked up to the gills. They get a lot of furniture and everything, and you just never know what they're going to get. But yeah, that's the same stone, except it's in a different cut, but it is the same. It's the same stone. Yeah. So, see what else do we have here? I got stuff all over the place. You wouldn't believe it. You might, though. But this is something else. Let me get a drink. Excuse me. That stone looks like sesame jasper, the green one on the bracelet. I know, isn't it? I need to pull my stone book that I got and go down there and look at it. But yeah, I'll move it in a little bit closer. The bracelet with 3. Oh, okay. I got you. But this person that does these things, these go for high dollar. You'd be surprised. The stone that looks sesame jasper, the green one. Bracelet with 3 large round. Yeah. I find these from time to time at that consignment shop. And I thought, and I picked them up just on a whim, and it seems like the whim may pay off, right? So, Dalmatian jasper. It kind of has that look to it. It does have some black in it. But sometimes it could be, Dalmatian jasper sometimes is lighter, maybe. But it does have spots. There's so many stones out there. And if we could put in our minds and our brain the amount of those, because there's so many out there. Isn't it something? CH, I forget who this is, but it's supposed to be some designer guy. So, yeah. But But as for me, I'm not going to drive no electric car. I don't care. I don't care if they gave me one. I wouldn't take it. There's no way that I would take something like that and have to do all that charging and all that. I like something that's predictable. And if you have to get on the gas and get out of somebody's way, it's going to suck. That's going to take it too. So I'm all about, you know, things with, you know, innovative things, but that's just crazy. I like a car. If I got to get out of somebody's way and I press the gas down, I don't want it to go put, put, put. I want it to go zoom. In these days and times, you gotta watch your back because people flat run over you. They will. I like my battery mower, but if I left home without it, yeah. There's a lot of mowers like that have that charge and everything, and we've got a pretty good sized yard, and if I can get my camera phone to behave and not see a pixelated video, that would make me happy on that. I saw that, and I'm like, for Petey's sake. I said, don't tell me that's pixelated, and it looked horrible, and I had to take it down. I used to mow all the time. My husband does a lot of it. We mow down there on the county. If you wait for the county to mow something, it's going to be up to here because they're not going to do nothing. There's a mulberry tree at the end of the property that's right up in that telephone line and all that stuff. And they will not even trim that. When that goes down, it's going to take all that with it. I'm not like the neighbor that was on the other side of me, had a tree taken down on me. Didn't even come over and help clean it up or nothing. It was big too. The mowing, yeah. But and yourself, when you have a tree taken down, it's expensive. And what's happened, the mulberry tree is pushed. There used to be a wrought iron fence around the property. They probably took it up and sold it. And it's got this big, huge piece of concrete pushed up, but that's going to come down eventually. You would think they would get up in there and trim those branches out of there. It goes down, there goes your phone and everything. I believe in prevention. If you get a storm and that gets tangled up in there, I'll be the first one yelling because I say y'all should have trimmed that up. And you see them looking at it every year. They could just go there and look at it like, get that bucket and get up there and cut some of them limbs off of there and act like you got some sense, because that's going to take all that down. But, that's why they're paid the big bucks. They know everything. Some people, you could put what they know in this bag right here and it wouldn't even rattle, but that's another subject. But it's sometimes you got to yell and holler to get things done, you know what? But that AI or whatever, my husband said, wait till that takes a hold. And I said, I hope it don't, but then I have other places that we have a Clark State Forest here, the most beautiful. It's got all these lakes on it and horse trails, and one of these days I'm going to video that because it's a really beautiful place. Years ago in the 70s, that's more than a few, there was a murder that took place up there. Somebody took two young boys and drugged them, bound their wrist and barbed wire and drugged them from the back of the truck. And I think that was a case where they knew who did it, but the person who did it, they were related to someone that had money and they got away with it. This is a real small town, and there was a guy that was killed, and this guy killed him, put him in a hole in his barn and covered it with concrete. I don't know how they got the tip on that, but they found his body under concrete where that guy, and I think a lot of it was over drugs is what it was. And it seems like you guys know this yourself. In a lot of these communities, if someone's got money, they can get away and cover up everything. But that and the truck that was used in this, my father-in-law back in 1956 bought this truck, which is now my husband's. Of course, it needs work. And the two in question, it was when my husband was in school and his dad took him up to track practice. Well, these two people seen his truck and they looked like they'd seen a ghost. And later on, they found that truck out there covered up on this doctor's farm. So what's that tell you? You know, I know this is a small town, but, you know, it's a shame that people, you know, they kill people and then they won't, depending upon how much money they could cover anything up, and they do it all the time. You know, just like up in the Forestry, it's got a camping thing, but they won't allow people to camp because hang on to your hats, there's satanic rituals that go on up there, not in the beginning part, and they do not want people camping at night because there's weirdos up there. And that's the truth. You wouldn't think that in such a small town these things would happen, but you wouldn't catch me up there at night. But they would find things like animals sacrificed and stuff like that. Yeah, they do act like animals these days, so they won't let anyone camp up there. Oh my goodness. You know, right there, people, I mean, I know YouTube's a sharing platform. They should not allow, especially when children watch YouTube, to see such a thing, because there's enough evil in the world as it is without stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Wow. How far is the park from where you live, Laura? But that's crazy. But when it gets to people, that's bad. Finding people up there, and you know, sometimes it's best to know where your children are at night. You know, your kids, not little kids, but to know where they're at, because all kinds of stuff go on, and you get someone involved in the wrong group, and they might be innocent. Bad places. Pick up the name right now. Not far. I'm going to look up the name of the place. Hummel Park. Oh my goodness. Is that a real large acreage park, Laura? The Forestry, I forget how many acres is in there, but they have horseback riding trails. They have fishing. They have 5 lakes up there. There used to be a correctional facility on up the way, and they'd put the ones in there that haven't committed the really bad crimes, and they would get out and work and everything, but they closed that down. So anybody that was in there went to the regular jails, you know, but yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes you wonder, how far are these people from where a person lives? You know, are they going to try to take someone's animal? I'm not paranoid. I'm just saying. I know the size because I won't go near it. Yeah, the Forestry is, gosh, not for sure the exact amount, but like I said, it's got a camping site, but they won't let anybody camp there. And then it's got horseback trails and a lot of nature. You can walk and see a lot of nature and fish and stuff like that. I think me and my husband went up there and fished last year, and I was, what they call a bait stealer, where they're real little and they're tearing your bait up, and but no, it's best to not even go. Oh my goodness, Laura, there must be some real frightening. Oh my goodness. I know it sounds like a really bad place. But there's another place up there called Fire Tower Hill. It's way up on a tower on a hill, and there's a tower on there that's several feet high. And, you can see from everywhere, but no, they don't want nobody up there at night because all that deviltry going on, for lack of a better word. But there's a house not too far from me where it was empty, and these teenagers would go upstairs and they would have those rituals in that house, and somebody bought that, and I wouldn't have bought that. A lot of bad things happen in there. How scary is that? But I think sometimes when you conjure something like that, just like these Ouija boards, they should take them off the market because they're evil. I mean, you might conjure up something and you open what they call a door and you can't close that. And I just think they're totally wrong. I don't think they're a lot of people, back in the late 70s, early 80s, that was really a thing. But I don't think that they should be used because you are calling out something that you don't know anything about, and once they come out, you're in trouble. I mean, I'm not, because there are such things as demons, and they wait for an opportunity to get through that gate, and when they come in, they play for real and for keeps. But no, I never, when we, kids are kind of amazed by that stuff. Not me. I know better. You don't fool with those, or you'll get something you didn't think you was going to get that comes from that. I mean, I know that. I think they still sell those, but ugh, not me. I don't want to fool with those. That's for sure, because you would be surprised. But no, I wouldn't go up in this forestry at night to save my soul because I don't want to be, there's people probably lurking up there, but they have, they have your porta potties, they have your picnic sites, they have your shelter houses. And it's a real nice place. You just have to, I wouldn't go up there at night for nothing. But a lot of things do go on in parks like that, though, But I wouldn't be in that ours at night for nothing. But that's really sad where you offer a service for camping and they won't let them do it. They won't tell you why, but they won't let you do it, and everybody already knows why anyway. There's bad things that go on up there. But whew, I'm good. I don't go to parks after dark because it's spooky. Yeah, it's spooky. Yeah, that's true. They are spooky. But I don't like to go in a graveyard at night neither. Well, like my dad always said, it's not the dead you got to be afraid of, it's the ones that's living you got to watch out for. But anyway, I'm really excited about my new channel coming up. And like I said, the winner will be chosen Wednesday afternoon for the thumbnail. And soon as the choice is made, boom. And probably, I thought about this, I think in the Bible, I'm back in a graveyard after. Oh no, under the fence. Oh no. Yeah, some of them do lock them up to keep vagrants out because people do stupid things like take flowers off of people's graves and do all kinds of spray painting. And but like I was saying, I'm really excited about this. I think uh, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think one of the things God, of course, wants us to love one another, but He wants us to be a witness as well. And I thought about having people come on and give, if they want to, and give their testimony of what God did for them and the trials that they went through before they got, you know what I'm talking about? Because God wants us to be a witness, and we witness through our experiences. And the first one that Angie, I'll probably have her come on. But if there's anyone that wants to come up, like during that, and share their experiences, and because we're supposed to be a witness, not only are we supposed to love each other, we're supposed to be witnesses. Hey, Simi, oh my goodness, it's good to see you, girl. And Simi, we need to pray for Simi because she has a lot of medical issues. Simi, are you doing any better, sweetheart? And I know she has a lot of, uh, you know, medical issues, and I hope you're doing okay, hon. You're welcome, Simi. We will definitely be praying for you because we know that, you know, prayer does work. But what I was talking about, I would like to have people not only do the Bible and the readings, but have people come up and tell them how God changed their life. Because that is being a witness, and that's what we all need to do. Every one of us has a story. And I would love to see that happen. Like people say, what come up and be a witness because, it's one thing to talk for me to tell you, but it's another thing for the other person to tell you about their experiences. I am too, Brian. I'm really fired up. I can't wait. I can't wait. But yes, I think that would be a good idea to have people come on and talk about, uh, like me, religion and stuff like that in church was really never big in my family. I made the choice. I knew there was something better. And one of these days, I'm going to tell you what I experienced, but sometimes being able to purge that, and you're being a witness of what God can do for people. There is nothing impossible when God's involved. And people like to hear about the hope and the faith of other people. I think that's what it's all about. And I'm really excited about it. And I think it's going to work out fine. I think that we need more positive influences in our life, and to hear people, a lot of people's been through a lot, and, God's been there the whole time. Sometimes we think, well, I'm going through this, where's God? Well, you know what? God does things in His own time, and sometimes things have to happen before you see that. He knows what's best for us, but I would love to incorporate testimonies in with the Bible reading. I think it would be amazing. I'm excited about it. I think it's all going to take off. And like I said, none of us is perfect. And like it says in the Bible, we've all sinned and fell short of the glory of God. There is not one perfect person out there but God Himself. We make mistakes, but it's what we do after we make the mistake that counts. We've got to, this world it's really bad out there. We may not hear about it, but, we have to stay together because things are going to get worse. I'm not saying that to scare anybody, but things are going to get worse. And, you know, Christians will be persecuted since they have been from the beginning of time, but it'll be worse. There's people out there that don't believe in anything. They believe that they live, they die, that's it. Your death is just the beginning of your journey, depending upon where you're going. You know what I mean? Death is not the end. Now, it could be depending upon who who the master that you're serving, because God promises eternal life. And just think about it, like Simi. I know she's a good person, but I can just imagine these sweet people that have all these health problems, and to know that one day that you're going to be in heaven and you're going to have a new body and all that pain's going to be gone. You're going to have a new body. Hey, Marzitas. Right. Truth, life is eternal. That's right, Laura. But to know that, that people that have passed on, that have had many things go wrong and they have health issues, when you go to heaven, all that's going to be gone. You're going to have a new body. We age down here, everything breaks down eventually, but you know what? In God's kingdom, we will all have a new body. Like he said, the road to heaven is very narrow and very few will find it, and that's true. So, but to know that there is something to look forward to. Death is not the end. You just don't live, and the death is the beginning, depending upon where you're going. Now, if you've been a bad person and you've did people wrong, and you will experience that second death, and you will be cast into the lake of fire to burn for an eternity. Now, I know that sounds rough, but it's true. That's what happens. We are all judged in the end of time, and let's hope it's on the good side instead of the bad side. And when people they did bad things to people, they haven't accepted Christ as he accepted us from the very beginning, they're going to be thrown into a lake of fire to burn for eternity down there with Satan, and it's not going to be pretty. It really isn't. That's why that it's good to get that word out there, because I don't want to see anyone that happen to somebody. But unfortunately, it's like I said, the path to heaven is very narrow, and very few will find it. But boy, I get wound up, don't I? Like Revelations, people, well, I don't like Revelations. Well, let me tell you something. That's part of the Bible too, and that's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. You can't pick and choose parts of the Bible that fits what you want to hear, because there's so much more to it. And Revelations it's the Mac Daddy of what exactly is coming. I know they don't really care about anything. They care about money and things that don't, money and person, things and stuff like that. But this life is not easy, and it seems like there's more evil in the world today than there was before. It seems like the more honest you are, the more you get screwed over. Excuse that. Yeah, it's easy to be kind to others. It really is. And it's like it says in the Bible, if you have one coat and your brother or sister needs it, give it to them. Don't hoard stuff. give it to them. There's people out there that need things. Like I worked somewhere and I had this lady needed shoes and I had an extra pair brand new and I took them right in there to the office. I said, give these shoes to her because she needs them. And he goes, they're brand new. I said, and give them to her. Give them to her. She needs them. If you think about it, we're blessed with so many things. There are people out there that are homeless. They don't know where their next meal's coming from. They don't know where they're going to sleep. And it's really sad. And the one that really fires me up is these veterans being homeless. There should be no reason for a veteran to be homeless. Now that lies with the government. They should make sure that these people are taken care of. They do have a veterans hospital. But hey, some of these people don't have an avenue in which to get there. But yeah, I always do as well. Because you just never know. Like if I see an older person I loaded something for an older person. Yeah, it's messed up. That she was having problems walking, and I saw her and I walked up to her and I said, let me help you do that. And she just smiled and I loaded her stuff in. And, a lot of these children will not help their parents. It's just those little things. She couldn't do it. And I said, go, don't do anything. I'll take care of it. And I loaded it up for her. And I would have done it again because if I see somebody struggling, I'm going to say, hey, do you need help? I'm not going to just pass by and just, I can't do that. Maybe it stems from my caregiving days. That's very possible, because I just can't. When I see somebody struggling, you put your hand out and you help them because maybe they don't have anybody, and maybe you're the only difference that may make a difference in their life. Yes. And, but I'm really, I get fired up, but I'm really excited about that channel. That's really what I want to do because, it says be a witness, and being a witness is telling everyone what God has done for you. And none of us are perfect. It's not that we're fishing for people's business. It's not that. It's the fact that we're expected to be witnesses, We really are. And I'm really excited about it. And I was thinking about it all yesterday and all today. And I'm just really excited because I really believe that this could help someone. It really can. So thank you guys for all coming in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And yes, it would help a lot of people. It really would. Just that kindness that, just you do have people that really like, here I go again, like Social Security. There are there's a lot of people that need that. And there's some people can walk in that office, tell umpteen lies, and they hand it to them. If someone really needs it and they've got all the documentation, they will fight you. You have to get an attorney, and they hope that while the process is going, that they won't have to pay you what you worked for all your life, Thank you, Brian. Yes, Laura, please. I am so fired up because I think it's going to be good for people. It really is. And, but that's what I would like to have people come on and say, because there are a lot of people out there embarrassed to say that they believe in God and they're a Christian person because they feel that that will target them will never be like it says in the Bible, deny me in front of man and I'll deny you in front of my Father in heaven. And that's one thing you don't want. That's why we should be a witness and stuff. Yes, I am too. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, thank you all, dear souls, for coming in. I really appreciate you. Don't forget the thumbs up and share this out. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon, and we'll be talking real soon. I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you so much.